This is how big cases usually end, but this time many Nigerians are saying Nnamdi Kanu's situation feels different. And if you are watching me right now, please make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel. It helps this message reach more people and it keeps you updated with real-time news and important discussions like this. Now let us go straight to the matter. For years, the name Nnamdi Kanu has remained in Nigeria's political and legal space. His case has moved from arrest to court appearances, from adjournments to heated debates, from strong public support to strong criticism. But recently, something changed. The tone changed, the atmosphere changed, and the direction of the case changed. After a long legal battle that lasted several years, the Federal High Court delivered a very serious judgment.
Nnamdi Kanu was convicted on terrorism-related charges and sentenced to life imprisonment. That single decision changed everything. This was not another postponement. It was not another argument between lawyers. It was not another technical delay. It was a final decision from the court at that level, and this is why many people are saying this case feels different this time. In big national cases like this, there is usually a pattern. First, there is arrest, then public reaction, then legal arguments, then political statements, then sometimes a quiet resolution. But here, instead of slowing down, the case became heavier. The judgment came with strong words from the court, stating that certain broadcasts and directives were harmful and considered criminal under Nigerian law. Please, before we go further, like this video and subscribe. If you want balanced news explained in clear English, this is the place to be. Now, after the sentencing, there was another development. Nnamdi Kanu was moved from DSS custody in Abuja to a correctional facility in Sokoto State. That movement raised questions. His legal team expressed concern. Supporters reacted strongly. Critics said it was a normal procedure. But again, the situation became more serious. You see, when cases drag for years and suddenly reach a strong judgment like life imprisonment, the public mood changes. Some people feel it is justice. Some feel it is political. Some feel it is unfortunate. Some feel it was expected. Nigeria is divided on this issue. Let us look deeper at why it feels different now. First, the length of the case. This is not a case that started last year. It has been ongoing for a long time. There were earlier arrests, there were bail periods, there were travels, there were controversies about how he returned to Nigeria. There were court challenges. At one point, some charges were struck out. At another point, they were reinstated. So many Nigerians followed this story like a long series. But when the final conviction came, it sent a message that the legal system was ready to conclude the matter at that stage. Second, there is the international angle. There were claims and legal discussions about how he was brought back into Nigeria from Kenya. A Kenyan court later ruled that his rights were violated in that process. That judgment created international discussion. It made the case no longer just a Nigerian matter. It became something lawyers and human rights groups around the world were discussing. So when you combine a domestic terrorism conviction with international human rights debate, you understand why people say this feels different. If you are still watching, please like this video and subscribe. It helps this platform grow and keeps this conversation alive. Another reason this case feels different is the political tension around it. Some federal lawmakers openly called for dialogue and even wrote to the president requesting intervention. That is not something you see every day in high-profile national security cases. When politicians begin to publicly push for a political solution while the judiciary is handling the matter, it shows the case has gone beyond ordinary courtroom arguments. At the same time, the federal government maintained that the matter was purely legal and should follow due process. In this difference in tone between political actors and legal authorities added more weight to the story. Let us also talk about the public reaction in the Southeast. For many people in that region, this case is emotional. Some see Nnamdi Kanu as a voice for self-determination. Others disagree with his methods but still believe in dialogue. Meanwhile, many Nigerians from other regions focus on national unity and security concerns. This division in public opinion is strong,
And whenever a case divides the country deeply, it becomes more than law. It becomes a symbol. Please remember to like this video and subscribe. We are breaking this down in simple and professional English so everyone can understand clearly. Another twist that made this situation intense was when Nnamdi Kanu dismissed his legal team at a point and indicated he would represent himself. In big legal battles, that move is rare. It signals frustration or strategy. Either way, it caught attention. The judge even cautioned him about the risks of self-representation. That moment alone showed how tense the courtroom atmosphere had become. Now, after the life sentence, the next question on many lips is, what happens next? Legally, there is the right to appeal. His lawyers can approach the Court of Appeal. From there, possibly the Supreme Court. Appeals can take time, sometimes years. That means the story is not completely closed. But emotionally and politically, many feel the chapter has entered a new phase. A life sentence is not a small judgment. It changes how supporters speak. It changes how critics respond. It changes how international observers react. Let us pause here. If you are gaining value from this breakdown, please like this video and subscribe. It helps us continue to deliver responsible and balanced news. There are also many rumors online. Some claim foreign governments are intervening. Some claim secret negotiations are ongoing. Some say international courts will overturn everything. But as of now, none of those claims are officially confirmed. It is important to separate verified information from social media speculation. In sensitive matters like these, misinformation spreads quickly. And when people act based on false information, tension increases unnecessarily. So it is very important to rely on confirmed updates. Now, let us talk about the bigger picture.
Why do big cases in Nigeria often take this direction? In many high-profile cases, especially those involving national security or strong political movements, the government tends to approach them firmly. The courts then interpret the law strictly. Over time, public opinion grows louder. International attention increases. Then sometimes resolution comes through appeal courts, sometimes through political dialogue, sometimes through presidential pardon years later. That is the usual pattern people are referring to when they say, this is how big cases end, but this one feels different because of the strong emotions attached, the long timeline, the international legal questions, and the life imprisonment verdict. Please like this video and subscribe if you appreciate clear analysis without hate or bias.
Another important factor is the economic and social impact in the Southeast over the years. The sit-at-home directives that were linked to IPOB created economic slowdowns in some areas. Businesses complained, workers complained, schools were affected, some residents supported the action, others opposed it. This created internal tension within communities. When a movement begins to affect daily life directly, public opinion becomes complex. Not everyone who supports the idea of self-determination supports economic disruption. This is another layer that made the case heavier. From the federal government's perspective, the charges were based on statements and actions that were considered threats to national stability. The court agreed with that position in its final judgment.
That agreement between prosecution and the court made the verdict very strong. However, supporters argue that freedom of expression and political agitation should not automatically translate into terrorism charges. They believe dialogue should have been prioritized. This disagreement is at the heart of the national debate. Please do not forget to like this video and subscribe. We are discussing sensitive topics respectfully, and your support means a lot. Now let me ask you something. Do you think this matter will end strictly in the courtroom? Or do you believe political negotiation may still come into play in the future? History has shown that in some cases, political solutions come even after strong court judgments. But every case is unique, and right now the official position remains that the judicial process must continue. There is also the human element. Behind every legal case is a family. There are supporters, there are communities, there are security officers, there are legal professionals. Emotions are involved, and when emotions are high, national conversations must be handled carefully. As we continue to monitor this situation, it is important to stay calm, stay informed, and avoid spreading unverified claims. Again, Please like this video and subscribe so you do not miss the next update. The coming months will be crucial. Appeals may begin. Legal teams will prepare arguments. The prosecution will defend the judgment. The Court of Appeal will review technicalities and legal interpretations. If the case moves further, the Supreme Court could become the final decider. Until then, the life sentence stands. And that is why people say this moment feels final, even though legally it may not be completely over.